noticing more tension, arguments, or emotional chaos right after getting into a deep relationship with someone, you want them to do this for you. You want them to give you flowers. You want them to give you gifts. This is not just random. This may not even be about the other person. It's about what's been activated in you. Do you actually know how to receive? When we hit deeper levels of love and commitment, our old wounds around receiving, especially as feminine beings, start surfacing. You may notice that romance fades, the connection breaks down, and everything starts to feel like a hot mess express train. In this video, I'm sharing practical shifts you can make right now to build a solid, aligned foundation in your relationship moving forward. You'll also learn how to open up your feminine receiving channel. Because yes, the feminine is the receiving energy, but knowing the information and embodying it are two different things. Most women I work with don't even realize how blocked they are from receiving. Receiving love, help, compliments, gifts, or even basic support. And that block keeps them stuck, burnout, resentment, and in masculine overdrive, and have an impact in romantic relationships. So if you're ready to soften, lean back, and actually let yourself receive in a way that feels soft, that feels safe and magnetic, this video is for you. Welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Mar, and I share weekly content on self-improvement, wellness, and shifting into your dream life for women. So make sure to hit that red subscribe button and turn on your notifications because we're diving deep. I'll leave the timestamps right over here. Let's get started. So yes, the masculine gives and the feminine receives. But if you think that the feminine just sits back and does nothing, you're missing the point entirely. So we always hear that the masculine gives, the feminine receives. But here is what people miss. Giving and receiving happens in both directions. It just looks different depending on your core energy. In romantic dynamics, the masculine tends to give more invisible, tangible ways. Things that you can touch, measure, or label. The feminine gives in more subtle, energetic ways like presence, love, openness, and softness. So yes, during intimacy, the woman receives it, but she is also giving deeply. Her surrender, her body, her vulnerability, her nurturing energy, and that exchange is sacred. The feminine is not passive. Her giving is just less obvious to the outside world, but no less powerful. And let's zoom out even more. We receive from so many places, from the masculine, from the feminine, from God, the universe, from nature, from your own higher self. This isn't just about gift giving from men, though that can be part of it if that is what you desire. This is about becoming energetically open. It's about recognizing your own sacred value and knowing that your giving isn't always loud, but it's deeply felt. Let's talk about what everything seems to shift right after getting into a committed relationship. Why did the connection start to feel off? Why did all of the triggers suddenly come up? Why does it feel like the magic is fading? And here's what most women don't realize. When you enter a committed relationship, our subconscious sees it as the closest energetic match to our original family system. So if you had moments in your childhood where you felt unseen, emotionally neglected, or you had to fight for love, those wounds will quietly resurface inside your romantic relationship. Maybe your parents were doing the best they could, but you still ended up feeling abandoned. Or maybe their survival mode left no space for your emotional needs. Whether it was a big trauma or a small, your body remembers. And now as an adult, you might notice that receiving love feels unsafe. Compliments feel awkward. Help makes you tense. Hugs feel like too much. You want to be loved, but deep down, you don't fully know how to receive it. And when you struggle to receive, it disconnects you from the feminine energy. And more than that, from the core human experience of truly feeling love. You can heal this. You can learn how to feel safe receiving again. And when you do, everything shifts. Your relationship, your nervous system, and the way that you walk through life. Let's talk about how to begin that healing together. So many women want to step into their feminine energy. They want to feel supported, loved, adored. But when the love or help actually arrives, they freeze, they tense up, they reject it. And underneath that rejection is one of the deepest blocks that I see. Low self-worth. If you don't feel worthy of good things, whether it's a compliment, a gift, or genuine love, you will subconsciously resist it. Not because you don't want it, but because it doesn't feel safe. And another major block is that if love in your childhood was conditional, based on performance, appearance, or perfection, you probably learned that receiving equals owing. And that kind of love always comes with strings attached. And now as an adult, your nervous system feels guilty or anxious with receiving without earning it. So your inner child keeps you in this loop of pushing love away just to feel safe. But that cycle can be broken. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to shift out of it and finally receive with ease, softness, and full feminine embodiment. If you want to become a woman who can fully receive, you have to start with the small things. Receiving isn't something that just clicks in one day. It's a practice, a muscle. And so many women are so used to doing things on their own, they don't even realize when they automatically reject help, love, or kindness. So start small. When your partner takes out the trash, trash, thank him. When someone compliments you, say thank you and actually let it in. Don't just say, oh, this old thing. Actually receive it. When a stranger holds the door, receive that gesture without shrinking or deflecting. When you need help reaching something or lifting something, ask for help. Those moments may seem tiny, but they're training your nervous system to feel safe with receiving. The other day, I was actually at the grocery store and I was picking up a few things. I was trying to grab a pack of seltzer water from the very bottom of the shelf, but I was struggling to get my hand in that little grip, and a guy that was about like 10-15 feet away noticed and he offered to help. And for a second, my inner voice tried to shut it down, telling myself, you got it. But I caught it in that split second. I almost talked myself out of it. And I told myself, Mar, he's just trying to help. Let him help you. And he did with zero issues. And it's wild how I still have to consciously choose to receive. So if it feels unnatural or uncomfortable, you're not alone. Start with the little things and let your softness grow from there. If you want to become more receptive, you have to train your mind to notice what's already flowing to you. One of the most powerful ways to embody that energy, the energy of receiving, is to live in a deep state of gratitude daily. Because when you're truly grateful, you're already receiving. You're recognizing the abundance that's already here. So think about it. When you're grateful for the little things, the roof over your head, the warmth of your morning coffee or tea, the sunlight touching your skin, the birds that you hear singing out your window, you're aligning your nervous system to the frequency of receiving. And here's the shift. Receiving doesn't have to be big or dramatic. It's not just about grand gestures, luxury trips, or diamond gifts, although those are welcome too. It's about presence. It's about noticing. It's about softening into the now and saying, wow, I already have so much. The more that you practice gratitude, the more your body, mind, and spirit relax to receptivity. And when that becomes your baseline, when you're constantly receiving from life, that's when the bigger things naturally start to show up. Because your energy says, I'm open, I'm available, I'm ready. Gratitude is a receiving practice, and it will magnetize more than any to-do list ever could. To get more comfortable with receiving, you need to let go of the belief that everything has to be transactional. You don't owe someone something just because they did something kind for you. Sometimes you're simply meant to receive. And if you're receiving from the healthy masculine, whether that's a compliment, help, or a gift, understand this. The masculine loves to provide. It brings them joy to witness your joy. You being open, soft, and grateful is the gift in return. So yes, always express gratitude. Be gracious, but don't let guilt or pressure hijack the moment. Receiving with grace isn't selfish. It's magnetic. You'll see this dynamic in everyday moments too. Like when women compliment each other. A woman could tell you, oh my God, your hair looks amazing today. And then suddenly you catch yourself scanning the other person, trying to see what else you can compliment back on. And it's not always genuine. It's a reflex. Or someone says, wow, I love your red dress. And you say, oh, I got it at Ross. It was on sale. Or you'll say, oh, this old thing? And those responses may seem harmless, but they're signs with discomfort of receiving. So the next time someone offers kindness or admiration, pause and ask yourself, can I just receive this with love? Not because you're selfish, but because you're safe and worthy. No strings attached. So let's go a little bit deeper into the art of receiving, because one of the biggest blocks I see is the belief of, if I receive something, I'll owe something. Many women subconsciously fear that receiving is automatically debt, that if someone gives to them, there must be a hidden motive, that if they accept help, kindness, or generosity, it means that they'll have to pay it back in some way. And sure, some people do have motives, but that doesn't mean that you need to live in fear of them. You always have free will. You always have your voice, and you'll always have your boundaries. Whether someone's gesture is sweet and genuine, like your neighbor bringing you over a home-cooked meal, or more self-serving, like a man paying for dinner and expecting something in return. You get to decide when and how you give, not because you feel obligated, but because it feels aligned. And honestly, most people are good. And yes, some have strings attached to it, but many simply enjoy giving, sharing, and connecting. And the more that you believe that, the more that you'll start to see it around you, because life reflects what you expect. Believe that good people exist, and you'll attract them. Believe that you are safe to receive, and you'll start letting more in. That's manifestation at its most subtle and powerful form. It all starts in your mindset. If you want to receive more, you have to let go of control. This is one of the hardest truths for women who are used to doing it all. And we've been taught that if we don't do it ourselves, it won't get done right. And sure, sometimes we can do it better ourselves, but that mindset closes us off. It blocks the flow. It blocks miracles. It blocks help from others. And it blocks the universe from working through divine timing and ease. Doing it all doesn't make you more worthy. It just makes you more exhausted. When you try to control every single outcome, when you grip so tightly to how and when things should happen, you're not in a receiving state. You're in survival. But when you let go even just a little bit, when you soften up your grip and open your hands, your heart, your schedule, you make space for the unexpected blessings, the ease, the miracles, the people who want to help. So if you've been carrying it all, trying to hold it together, trying to prove that you can handle everything, this is your permission slip to pause, to ask, to allow, and to receive not just what you want, but what's meant for you. So let me share with you one of the most powerful healing tools, and it's give, and receive. This simple, profound framework opens the portal for healing, not just for you, but for your relationship, your partner, and even your nervous system. Here's how it works. Every time that you feel like you can't receive something, especially from your partner, it's usually tied to a story that started in childhood. Maybe it's attention, love, care, whatever it is, that's the thing that you'll feel chronically deprived of. So instead of spiraling, crashing out into resentment, or I'll just do it myself, here's what you'll do. You want to first give that to yourself, not in a bypassing or performative way. Like, really sit with your inner child. Hold the part of you that feels unseen and unloved. Be present with her. And the next step is to give it to someone else. Give that love, attention, or care to your child, your pet, a friend, a stranger at the store. Be of service. Not to abandon yourself, but to remind your system that love moves. And the next step is to receive it. This is the most powerful part. Receive it even when it feels awkward. Even when your partner is not giving it in the way that you want. Practice in the moment by saying, thank you. I really needed that. Yes, even if it wasn't perfect. Yes, even if it wasn't said out loud. You're rewiring your subconscious to allow love in. And here's something deeper. The things that your partner keeps asking you for and rejecting it when you give it, it's usually the thing that they feel unworthy of receiving too. We mirror each other's wounds. And this is how we begin to heal them together. You are not crazy for wanting love. You are not too much for needing care. And you are not meant to live in emotional isolation. You are a healing vessel, not just for your relationship, but for this planet. This is the work that I teach in my Reset program, and I'd love to guide you through it. And that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for being here. Share this with someone who needs it, and I will see you on the next video. Bye!